In this video, we talk about, like the title suggests, we closed down our warehouse this last month, and which is a good thing. We're excited about it, but we're going to talk about in this video kind of why we did it, really why we've been in business, why we're in business, why are we resellers, and how a warehouse didn't really fit into our overall goal, not go.
We're literally sitting outside. We just dropped our daughter off at one of her classes.
Yeah, she's a ninja school. Those little, what is it called? Like American Ninja Warrior?
Yeah.
She's like learning how to do all that stuff.
Right. So we're sitting in the parking lot. We thought that we would update everyone. It has been a while.
A long time.
My bad.
Yeah.
Our bad. Really sorry. But a lot has happened. So, yeah, you want to tell them?
Yes, I guess as y'all are, let us know. We got 7 people watching now. Just kind of chime in, say hello. I know there's a lot of new people that are watching because we haven't been on here. Got a lot of subscribers the last month, but haven't really made a video except for this one. So we'll kind of do a little recap. What month is it? The last 9 months. The last 9 months. And kind of... we can start back a little bit further. I've been a full-time reseller for 5 years now, and for the first 4 years, what's up, Randy? The first 4 years, 5 years, I don't even know what year it is now, I sold mostly consumer electronics, such as cell phones, tablets, modems, routers, all that stuff. I'm a go big or go home kind of person, which kind of gets me in trouble at times. And we found ourselves growing and scaling the business, adding more employees, not being able to buy as many phones as we used to. So we started buying the pallets back in August of last year, and that quickly moved into purchasing truckloads of stuff. We bought our first truckload in November. Moved into a warehouse in November, had a truckload delivered in November. If you watched our YouTube channel for a while, you've kind of seen the progress of everything. And purchased our second truckload in January. And, with buying the truckloads, what's going on, Amanda? Buying the truckloads, we were buying Amazon truckloads of custom returns, liquidated stuff. And it got to where, a lot of that stuff, if you've done liquidation stuff before, you can't sell it all online. Like there's a lot of items that, $10, $5 items that it's not profitable to sell online. There's also a lot of big stuff like furniture that, if it's a return, sometimes it's missing screws, it may have a scratch. You can't really sell that online, so we had to, sell out of the warehouse. So go ahead.
No, it was mostly, we saw it as an opportunity to reach out into our community, which is a big part of what we want to do. Our local, our online community is very, very important to us, but we also wanted to incorporate, some of our local community people as well. And so we decided a lot of the stuff we can't sell online. It is very difficult to do. It takes a lot of manpower that we don't have. So let's open up to the public. And so this is where Conway Resell was born. So we started selling out of the warehouse. We started doing bin sales. Yeah.
Everything was pretty much under $4. And, we started off opening just a weekend, and then, we sold a lot of stuff, like, ooh, this is a good opportunity. So then...
And it was. It was very successful.
Money-wise.
Yeah.
We sold a lot. And then we found ourselves like, oh, let's open up Thursday, Friday. And then lots of people are like, well, I can't come during those times. Can you open up on weekends? So then we found ourselves opening up on Saturdays. And
it was very successful. I really feel like if we continued, we would really make a lot of money doing it. It was a lot of fun. We got to meet a lot of people. And really, we had a lot of repeat customers. We were making friends. Hi, Nathan. Awesome.
And, we did I guess we started in January. We did about $14,000 in sales since January. And that was just opened up a couple days a week. That was just local sales out of the bins. And these are like items that are, we bought for 30, 40, 50 cents from the truckload, that we sold a lot of it. And our goal, that was really only about 40% of the truck. The other 60%, we still have a lot of it on hand. We sold a lot of it online, but that's quite a bit of sales. When you're selling cheap items, and we were in the middle of nowhere. Like when we moved out there,
people were coming to us.
Yeah. I mean, we're like 3 miles from really populated areas. It rained almost every week that we were open. So it was very successful business-wise, and it could have been successful had we decided to continue doing it.
So I'm sure you're wondering, why the heck did we close it down? Like, why did we stop? So yeah.
And we're not out of business. Like we closed down the warehouse. We have a 500 square foot garage shop in our home,
and a storage shed. And
a storage shed that we moved all of our online inventory into a home. That's where we started.
So here's why. When Joe and I got married, he was already reselling cell phones. So he said, this is what I do. I'd like to make this a full-time job. I was a preschool teacher when we met, and I said, no, this is great. Like, I want to be able to, we sat down together and we were like, we want to homeschool our children. We want to give them a strong biblical background. We want to be able to make our family, very important, with Jesus in the center of it, and really we value family. We value relationships. And if you know us personally, you know that when we're involved in church, we were part of a ministry that taught about relationships. We're very, very into that because we believe that Jesus was that way, and we wanted to really be like him. So yes, it was a very, very successful business, and I sat down with Joe and I said, look, we really need to talk about this. I said, because this is very successful, and if we still want to go this way, if we come to the end of discussion and we still want to go, like, we need to be all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But can we really be all for it, knowing that our root why, when we got married, when we started this business, doing this business together, our why that is deep inside of us is so that we can spend more time with our family, so we can have all of these freedoms. We fought. We stayed up countless nights, trying to figure out how we're going to pay this bill or that bill when we were building this business. And now we've gotten to this point, and it's, are we willing to give up those freedoms for this very successful model? And so, it wasn't a decision that we came by very easily. And we sat on it for quite a while. And it's part of the reason why we haven't been on YouTube very much, because we really were like, okay, let's pray about this. Let's really talk about it.
Yeah. Plus, we had to move. Like, we just moved back in November, and I had to cram, I don't know, we've got a 300 square foot storage unit that if any of you do storage lockers, I'll have to show you a picture of it. Y'all can make an offer of it, because it's a lot of stuff in there. And, but, to go back on track is just, it was taken away from our family. It was taken, like, I was having to work weekends during the nights. A couple of days a week, I was working until 7 o'clock at night. I'd get home, I'd play with the kids for a little while, and then they'd be going to bed, and it just, it was not what we wanted. It went against our why, why we got into this, and why do we live the lifestyles. A lot of you people out there that are full-time resellers, that you came out of the corporate arena, is that you did it because you wanted to have your own freedom. And the more that we got into it with that style, with what we were doing, that the less freedoms that we had. And we had to do it for a little while because we had so much product that we had to move, that we could have held on to it for 6 or 7 more months. But as y'all know, in this business, that if you're just sitting on stuff, like, you've got thousands of dollars just sitting there doing nothing. And so we decided to close up the warehouse. And yes, we could have probably kept the warehouse and just ordered other stuff. But if I wasn't going to be ordering truckloads, there was no reason for us to have a 2,500 square foot warehouse. because we'll do some videos from the house here soon, and that we easily fit all of our active inventory in our garage shop, whatever you can call it, and it all fits in there very easily. We've got more room to put more stuff. We're still going to look at ordering some pallets here and there, but we're going to be more selective with what we do order. It probably won't be any of the general merchandise stuff that we ordered before, but we're kind of getting back into our bread and butter stuff, which is cell phones. Not like high-end cell phones. Our business was built on prepaid flip phones and little 2-3-year-old smartphones. Like, there is a huge market for that, and so we're kind of going back to that bread and butter
for now. We do plan on buying pallets more. And hello.
What's up, Mike? This is Jessica, Mike, my wife. He's from Arkansas.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mike.
He lived in Jonesboro. She went to school at ASU.
Yep. Yeah. So we were. I think this is a really good testimony. You hear all these. You want to build your own business. You want to go into business for yourself, and pretty much any motivational speaker, any person who's going to teach you how to build a business, they are going to start with the fundamentals, and it seems so boring, and it seems so, I don't need this, but they always want to tackle, what is your why? Why are you doing this? I've seen many of people do this, and so this is the reason why, because you start growing, and you start getting to a point that, you can make lots of money, and you start chasing the dollar bills, and you start chasing the money, and you start chasing all of these things, and you forget why you got into this in the first place.
Yeah.
And so this why was really an insurance policy for us, because we got to sit down and say, I was like, Joe, what do we want? Because now we have choices here. Before, we didn't have choices. This is what we, now we're getting to a point in our business and building our business that we have choices on where we want to go and how we want to build it. And so to us, this is not failure. It's not I know it looks on the outside like it could be. But really, we're just stepping back. We're reevaluating, and we can come back. We can come back strong. So he's reading those comments.
He went to the eye. We had to take our daughter Jolene to the eye doctor this morning. She was playing yesterday, and she got a stick stuck in her eye. Well, we didn't know it was stuck in her eye, but she got the stick hit her in the eye, and there's actually. I rigged up a little pirate patch last night. And,
you should have taken a picture of it. It was cute.
And I know we're rabbit trailing, but that's just how we go. And but anyways, she went to the eye doctor, and she actually had a piece of the stick still stuck in her eyelid. So
I hope y'all aren't sensitive.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as bad as it sounds.
But just the insurance policy, I think you can also go the other end of that is where you get. You build a business to a certain level, size, and you've got employees, you've got all this stuff, where then you get locked into it, and you get locked in, where you ultimately get married to that way of living. You get married to all of that stuff, to where even if you wanted to get out, you're stuck, because you may have the lease, you may have all the employees, all of those things that you have to worry about, that you may be miserable, but then you become a slave to it. So for us, the why, we really knew moving into the warehouse and moving into it that it was more of an exploratory type thing. I'm a risk taker. I'm go fast, let's just do it, all those things, let's just go. I'll figure out stuff as we go, but she's not, so it's, it's good to have people who are the opposite of you around you, so that they can help slow you down,
or speed you up.
Or speed you up if you're going too slow.
I have to know everything about something before I start, and he's like, let's just figure it out. Let's go. So we have a good medium, I think, between the two of us. So. And
it was. I felt I hated working all the time. I worked 20 years in the corporate world. General manager for Cracker Barrel and Chili's, Starbucks, all those things. And I hated it. That's why I left all that to become a reseller for the freedom. And I found myself getting back into that more and more, and I'm like, this is not what I want. Like, I love being able to do YouTube videos, and I love being able to, take off work early and take our kids to the park or do whatever it is. But for me, like, if there's stuff that needs to be done, I can't really sit back and have fun. Like, I am such a task-focused person that if there's stuff that needs to get done, like, there's no resting for me until it gets done. And when you buy a truckload of stuff, and you're buying truckloads, like, there is so much stuff that, for me, it was always like, I got to do this, I got to work, I can't take time off, I got to do this, got to get rid of this. And so I'm excited. And it's awesome, Mike. You sound like your wife, y'all work together well, and she's very methodical. It's good to have those people and around. We talked for a while, and it just working out just wasn't what we wanted. And I don't know when it was, probably March the 4th or 5th. I was like, let's do it. And so we've been talking about it for a little bit. And then I was like, just that day, just like, let's close it down, let's do it. And our landlord, they all worked with us, and we just.
It was good. It was as easy as we. I mean, it was good. It was smooth, and so business is still good. I mean, we are still in e-commerce business.
Like yesterday, we did $1,000.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, and granted, like, our sales aren't what they used to be online when we were selling strictly cell phones. When we were selling strictly cell phones and modems and routers, we were doing $25,000, $35,000 a month. We were still floating around the the 24,000, 26,000 a month total sales, but our online sales had gone down because some of this stuff, truckloads, it doesn't sell as fast. So sales wise, we're probably doing just the same. We're still doing well. We're buying more phones now, and getting back to that bread and butter, that stuff that sells. It sells quick. I mean, phones. Like, if y'all are out there, a lot of your resellers, like, if you're not buying phones or looking at phones to sell, I know a lot of people like to stay away from phones because of scams and stuff. I don't really encounter a lot of scammers. Granted, I don't really sell a lot of the high-end stuff, but if you are a smart seller, there's ways that you can protect yourself. But it's a great way to do it, because I'll list some phones.
There is a learning curve, I will say.
There is a learning curve.
There is a learning curve to it. You will make a few mistakes. That's okay.
There's a lot to know with cell phones.
Yeah. A lot of research you have to put into it, carrier and stuff like that. But I mean, it is not a bad way to resell.
Yeah.
Now, it's for like the future. In the future, what you can expect from us. Hi, Alex. What you can expect from us is we are going to still do pallets. We love doing that. We're just
fun.
kind of trying to figure out like how it's gonna, like, where we're gonna do it, how it's gonna fit. We are still gonna do cell phones. We are still going to do the modems and routers and things like that. We do have a couple of other businesses in the works that we're kind of building up. I have finished my doula certification, so I am now officially a birth and postpartum doula. So that's one of them, and then we have a more natural lifestyle. Joe, I don't know if you guys know
We're crunchy people.
We're crunchy.
If you don't know what that means.
We're
like modern day hippies.
Yes. So I mean, I guess the dreads might give it away a little bit.
Yeah.
But
except without all the reefer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, I do take CBD oil. I think that's great. So.
Yeah. Desert diversion. We didn't close our business down. We sold all the rest of what we had. We had just finished up a truckload of stuff. We still got probably 4 pallets of stuff. A lot of it's like furniture, big stuff that I need to put together and sell locally here on Facebook. But our business, it's not closed down. We just moved out of our warehouse. So we still have all of our inventory. We've got about $40,000 in online inventory listed right now. We've got probably another $15,000 to $20,000 in inventory that we need to get listed which a lot of it will be local. I wouldn't say 15, probably 10 to 15,000 would probably be a more accurate picture. But a lot of that has to be sold locally, just because we got to put together, make sure all the pieces are there. It's a lot of big stuff, and I'm not going to mess with it until we're going to Florida here in 2 weeks for a week. We're going to go on a family vacation, so I won't even mess with that until after we get back from vacation, just because it's not I don't like doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
The furniture got old. I don't know. I like change. I like
variety.
I'm weird. I like the same thing over and over and over again, but then I like change at the same time, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird trying to please both of those. Appreciate that, Mike. And but there's the news. I do have a couple videos that I've been that will be coming out here pretty soon. And with the warehouse, I didn't have time to do any videos. And just too busy, too much stuff to do.
We want to be here with you. We do.
So this is going to allow, because I can't buy as much stuff. I can't buy a truckload, so I'm not going to feel. This is kind of like a protective thing for me also, because it's I won't have as much stuff to buy because there's only so much stuff that you can fit in a 500 square foot area. But I've got shelves to the ceiling. So I'll do a tour one day this week. And but Mike, if you're wanting to get back into pallets, check out Product Sourcing 101. I've got a video coming out in the next few days about them. They've got a Facebook group. They've also got a website. If you're looking at buying pallets, and a lot of people are scared about buying pallets because of all the horror stories that you hear about. I'm calling somebody on my phone. Oops. But you hear horror stories about people buying pallets from people that they said that they didn't go through the stuff, and then they get the pallet and it's all junk that's been filtered and processed through. Well, kind of what Product Sourcing 101 does is they work with different companies that sell liquidated goods, lots, truckloads, pallets. They vet them. They go out. They visit. But I keep messing with my phone. I need a fidget spinner. I'm one of those people. But they vet and they build relationships with them. So they do a lot of the legwork out to make sure that people have a safe environment to purchase from. But I got a video that'll come out in the next few days. I say that it may not be till next Monday though, just because she's going to Seattle in a couple days, and I will be with the kids by myself, so I don't think I can edit a video and watch the kids. I'm good, but I'm not quite that good. So I think that's it.
That's good. Just keep an eye out. When we get ready to announce our other business, we'll let you guys know if you have the opportunity. But we do aim to keep that majorly.
I have no idea what you're trying to say.
The majority of it.
Separate, yeah.
Mostly separate.
Yeah.
I think that we would have, some people are interested in one thing and not the other, so we'll make sure that they stay separate. But if you are interested in natural living, we will be launching another business very soon.
Awesome.
So.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Mike. And if you like this video, some of you may not, it may be boring. I know we talked for 25 minutes. Give us a thumbs up. And I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. And it's hot. I'm about to turn the AC on because.
And thank you guys so much for supporting us and being there with us and everything. It means more than you know.
It does.
It does. So.